Hey guys, I'm very sick today, but thank you so much to Sammy for filling in for me.
From an insanely detailed FNAF experience to Epic Games' secret crossover map, these are 25 games that are changing Fortnite. Now, murder mysteries have been around for a long time, but thanks to UEFN, they've taken things to another level. This map by Good Gamers turns you into a survivor, a sheriff, or a murderer. Instead of imposter-style gameplay, the survivors have to collect coins while avoiding suspicious players. And of course, you already know what the murderers have to do. The best role is gotta be the sheriff, who's paranoid of everyone in the lobby, and if they get eliminated, others could pick up their guns and hunt down the killers instead. You also gotta constantly purchase upgrades with coins, which makes the whole experience super addictive. But one creation that's taken Fortnite by storm is created by Nick A30. His team designed a fully working theme park in UEFN, so let me introduce you to Fortnite Funland. Now, this place feels magical with ride announcements from Nick, tons of minigames, and most importantly, working roller coasters. While exploring the map on grind rails, you can see the coasters go around and even who's riding them, which is insanely impressive. Not to mention one of the rides is a haunted house, and there's actually some creepy jump scares in here. And if I'm being completely honest, half these maps don't even look like Fortnite anymore, and that's especially true for Quiet Creek by Kyle style. This is a first-person horror experience with fully fledged cutscenes and atmospheric audio as you traverse the woods. And the best part is the immersive story. You're looking everywhere for your brother and need to find clues out here to track him down. Only problem is the sun is setting and the map gets darker and darker by the second. And let's just say the creatures in the woods are way more terrifying than deer. But a map no one was expecting is created by Steph Curry? Okay, yeah, it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on this one. It's actually really well made, and the best part is that it's a death run. Welcome to Run the Ring by Gamers Corp, a basketball-themed map that tracks your jumps, fails, and collectibles. It's gotta be one of the most original death runs we've seen in a long time, with mini-games, insane cutscenes, and of course, Steph Curry is a Fortnite skin. Although sometimes you can have the most fun with simple experiences like Blade Ball. Sure, the arena is just a floating island, but the true intensity lies in the gameplay. Try to imagine tennis, but with no net and a ball that kills you. Now, you have to either block it at the perfect time and hit it back at the enemy, or just try to jump over it. The longer it goes without someone being eliminated, the faster the ball gets, and this thing can get extremely fast. The mode is pretty intense, and with each win, you can buy elimination effects and even earn some achievements. But I bet you didn't know that Epic Games made their own UEFN map. Say hello to Alan Wake Flashback, a tie-in experience with the Alan Wake series. Now, obviously it's to promote the crossover and second title, but they seriously did an amazing job with this. There are ghostly NPCs, cutscenes, and wait a minute, this is just the first Alan Wake? Yeah, they remade a whole AAA game in Fortnite, and you can play it in only 20 minutes to learn the story. UEFN truly blows my mind sometimes. Okay, so this next one is probably the creepiest island in creative right now, and it's called Arachnophobia. You can probably guess by the name what this one's about, but you gotta explore a ton of locations in the dark to escape. Each place has got their own key to find, except there's one thing stopping you: gigantic spiders. Ugh, this one is so detailed, but honestly horrifying. And sure, the only uptrend is dying down, but that hasn't stopped creators from putting their own spin on it. This is Nightmare Only Up, a Halloween-themed map with insane locations. Each level is a massive room showing various nightmares, like a ghostly library or a clown chopping meat. Yeah, it's pretty freaky stuff. But one of Roblox's biggest games has already arrived in Fortnite. Obby on a Bike came out 3 months ago and already has 550 million visits on Roblox. So it was only a matter of time before someone brought it to UEFN. Now, it's not as detailed as the original, but the gameplay is pretty similar. And obviously it's a little harder to jump over obstacles on a dirt bike rather than a BMX. Speaking of other games, someone took a lot of inspiration from Minecraft to make The Mask. This first-person experience can be played single player or with friends as you explore a pixel art horror map and unlock secrets with different puzzles. Honestly, within 5 minutes, you'll forget that you're even playing Fortnite. It is that immersive. So if you like jump scares and Minecraft's graphics, this one's definitely for you. And it turns out somebody else brought GeoGuessr to creative. This is Where in Fortnite, and it's made by Zerna. You get to choose your favorite season, then it places you and the lobby in that map. Except this is a certain POI, and you have to shoot where you think it is. If you get it wrong, the game roasts you.
Did you even play Chapter 1?
And if you get it spot on, they'll say,
Bingo!
Although you can just wait for your other teammates to guess right and copy their answers, so the multiplayer needs a little work. Taking it back to the classics, we have Prop Hunt, but this isn't your ordinary map. This is Haunted House by Dolphin Dom. It's one of the most detailed prop hunt locations I've ever seen, and there's a crazy amount of things to disguise as. Not to mention there's a twist. Because this place is haunted, fake props will move around to confuse the hunters, which is just absolutely genius. Okay, so Crossy Road is a pretty tough game, but in Fortnite, it is 10 times more difficult. Yerk YT has recreated its style in Road Rage Death Run, a map that has one objective: survive as long as possible. As you cross the road, more cars appear, they get faster, and because this is in third person, it is really hard to time everything. Let's just say Road Rage is a fitting name for this one. But you'll go from anger to fear instantly in Grandma by 3D Lab. The second you load in, you have one goal: escape Grandma's house. Now you gotta find keys to get out of here, but do it without getting caught. As you explore, you'll hear Grandma laughing in your ear, sending chills down your spine. But she's just an innocent old woman, right? What's so scary about that? Well, and I just have to give some props to Dungeons & Goblins by Nabor because it has one of the coolest intros in all of UEFN. As you load in, you'll see a classic Atari hooked up to the TV with tons of different games around it. And that's when you're sucked into a 2D world for a side-scrolling adventure. I mean, this doesn't even look like Fortnite, and they really captured the feeling of playing the classics with this one. And in one of our recent videos, we showcased a prop hunt based on Five Nights at Freddy's, and Fortflix has created an even better one with the power of UEFN. This FNAF prop hunt is insanely well made with a complete recreation of Freddy's Pizzeria. Every single thing is interactive, so you can open lockers and get inside them, and the hiders even get cloak gauntlets to make a quick escape. But if you're the type who really wants to taunt the Seekers though, you could throw paint grenades at them. And for some reason, I was able to turn into a floating pizza and kinda trick the whole lobby. Things get even crazier in this experience by RB26 that has you tracking down SCP-96, also known as Shy Guy. You explore an abandoned factory with clues, real pictures, and a bunch of generators that need to be started up. As you put fuses and keys into the right places, you'll unlock more of the map, but Shy Guy will also start chasing you. There's even a tense chase sequence in the middle, and you'll need to be super quick to avoid death. Another innovative creation is Getting Over It by Lemurion. They recreated the game in Fortnite, and honestly, this thing's incredible. You don't use the pickaxe to get around, you kinda just hop, but that doesn't make it any less difficult. You'll find yourself falling over and over again until you either beat it or rage quit just like the original. For an amazing open world experience, you have to check out Survival Rush by Mikado. This post-apocalyptic map is absolutely beautiful thanks to the latest UEFN update. It's very much inspired by games like DayZ, where your only job is to explore the world, find incredible loot, and be the greatest survivor. Especially when your greatest danger is the other players, and you don't know whether to trust them or fire on sight. Yeah, it is super intense. And so is this spooky map called Hey Neighbor. Of course, this one's based on the Hello Neighbor games, where you have to break into his house and find out what they're hiding in the basement. The map has surprisingly gathered a ton of players, and you can play it solo or with a friend. And every time you break in, the AI learns from its mistakes, making it harder and harder with each playthrough. This one's honestly super fun, and I highly recommend checking it out. Another horror mode with incredible graphics is Motel 2 by Roy Story. As you could guess from the name, you're dropped off at an abandoned motel, you have to explore it to learn its secrets. Except the visuals are so realistic, and every corridor is absolutely terrifying. From creepy dolls on the floor to pictures from years ago, the amount of detail is mind-blowing. Not to mention there's multiple endings, so the replayability is endless. And if you enjoy being hunted, Night in Haddonfield is an incredible map. This is entirely themed around Michael Myers, with one player controlling him as they chase 7 survivors. It's basically Dead by Daylight, and the best part, it even plays the Michael Myers theme. And the spookiness continues with Phasmophonite. Obviously, this is based on Phasmophobia, but they literally took everything you love from the original game. The same equipment, van, and tasks will give an amazing experience, especially for those who can't play the real thing. And for all the combat fans out there, Finest has dropped a new late game arena, but with a twist. Now, this is Pickaxe Edition with no guns enabled. 50 players can join the lobby with shockwaves, grapplers, and a bunch more random items. With this many people in a tiny zone, it's one of the most chaotic islands out there, and I honestly can't stop playing it. And those were the best UEFN maps of October. It's been Sammy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.